All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit, and peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation Israel. All right, this is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp, and I'm here with a quick video. And before I even go any further, let me put this on airplane mode. All right. Let me put the phone on airplane mode. And this is gonna be a land back off the video that the Apostle Tahar did entitled "We Are All Oppressed." And he was the video was based off of the video that Captain Tazaryak did with him and what is his name? Okay, Salakia, Captain Tazaryak and Jesse Lee Peterson. And Captain Tazaryak made the statement that he personally isn't oppressed, but, you know, his people are oppressed, you know, and I'm not going to say nothing that the Apostle Tahar didn't say, or any brother that did a response video to that. This is just to further push out, you know, that all of us, all Israelites are oppressed. You know, we're still in captivity. We're still up under the so-called white man. And just because we know the truth, understand this truth, doesn't mean that we're not oppressed. Now, I wanted to bring out some scriptures in the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter, to show that if we believe that we are the prophets of the Lord, the men that have the true testimony of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, okay, then we are going to be we're going to be oppressed. We're going to be oppressed, and these scriptures right here express that. And I'm only going to read maybe, I don't know, 3-4 scriptures in Matthew 10, and I'm going to close this video out. I'm not going to make it long. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying and exhorting onto the Spirit, you know, and I'm going to get right into it. This is Matthew, the 10th chapter, and the 18th verse. It says, "And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles." Now, this happened unto the apostles over 2,000 years ago. And this is going to happen again, you know. This happened to the men that taught with Yahweh Shai, the 12. And this is going to happen again. The scriptures tell us in Ecclesiastes that there's nothing new under the sun, you know. So things that happened in the past is going to happen and happen again. We're going to be, if you're a prophet, you got to count the cost that you just might get grabbed up by the authorities for what we're preaching, you know, and be labeled as terrorists, because we're preaching against them and the Gentiles, the other nations. We're preaching against the so-called white man and the other nations. All right, letting them know that their kingdom is going to be destroyed. You know, that's going to be labeled, or that is already labeled as terrorist talk. Okay, and that puts us in the terrorist bracket. All right. Now, if you're not oppressed, that wouldn't apply. If we were not being oppressed, okay, they wouldn't be able to grab us up. Okay. Now, it hasn't happened as of yet, but like I mentioned, if we believe that we are the prophets, then we got to understand that, you know, this is going to happen to some of the prophets. Okay, the scriptures even say some of the prophets are going to be put to death for the testimony of Yahweh Shai, beheaded in particular in Revelation, the 20th chapter. That's oppression. Okay, because we gotta believe that just may happen to us. We may just be put to death for this word. Now, one of the definitions, like the apostle Tahar brought out when he looked up the word, I believe it was oppression, was violence. That's a violent act. To put somebody to death is a violent act. Okay. Now, we were not oppressed. We can be like, yeah, you can't do shit to me. We got power over you, but we can't do that. Let's read another verse in this chapter, Matthew the 10th chapter. This is a form of oppression when it says you should be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. That's a form of being oppressed. All right. I'm gonna jump to Matthew 10 and 22. It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. That's a form of oppression. Okay. Oh, check this out. But when they persecute you in this city, so oppression can come. It don't necessarily just got to come from Esau, the so-called white man. Okay. But it can come from our own damn people. Even though we all being oppressed together, when you look at the very definition of oppression, you know, it could apply in this sense, whether it be the authorities persecuting the men of the Lord teaching, or the people. You know, it says, but when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. So if we wasn't being oppressed, you know, now this has happened. Now it didn't happen with our, you know, it didn't happen by the hands of our people coming against the apostles, but I remember the authorities, the laws had, you know, pretty much said that they couldn't teach in a particular spot. And it was really unlawful what they did. But we in this man's kingdom, it was a form of oppression. Now they could have bucked, you know, and kicked up dust and try to fight the situation, but they just went and moved around just so the word can go around. Okay? I mean, the word can go out. They can keep teaching. But that's a form of oppression. It says, for verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. Now, I believe it was another. Nah, I believe that's it. I believe that's it. Those, how many verses did I read? Let me go back. Salakia for this. So that's one verse right there. You should be hated of all men, but when they persecute you in this city, that's two verses. So I read 3 verses, and that's pretty much it. But right there, reading those verses in Matthew the 10th chapter shows that we are oppressed, and then we're able to be oppressed. So just I mean, Apostle Tahar said enough, you know. But just say that you think that you haven't been oppressed. If you for whatever bugged out reason, if you believe that you're a man of the Lord, you got to believe that these things can possibly happen, because they are going to happen to some of the prophets. Okay? And you gotta know that it could very well happen to you. So if these type of things can happen to you, being persecuted for teaching the word, that's a form of oppression. Being hated of all men, that's a form of oppression. Let me see. What was the other one? Oh, being brought before governors and kings for teaching this word. Okay? That's a form of oppression when you can't say, you know what, I ain't got to go before you. If you and your kingly state, then you can say, you know what, fuck you, fuck y'all. I'm running shit. You know, I don't have to go before no goddamn body. But we won't be able to do that. Whoever is in that situation when it comes to pass, you know. So, you know, that's it. I'm gonna end this video. Lord willing, that some edification came out. With that, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.